Hello and welcome to English Parliamentary News. I'm Iwan Ahmad Sudirwan. In this program, we will provide you with all the latest development and interesting information around the House of Representatives of Republic of Indonesia. The Parliament has finally ratified the Copyright Bill. With the ratification of this bill into copyright law, the House of Representatives hopes that this law can give contribution to national economic growth.
The House of Representatives has finally ratified the Copyright Bill in the last plenary session in Jakarta. Member of Special Committee of the Copyright Bill, Sahat Silaban, hopes that through the newly passed copyright law, the government could push for the implementation of copyright registration in Indonesia and bring significant results to the nation's economic growth and increase the welfare of Indonesian people. Sahat Silaban also explains that in the last 1 year of discussion on this law, the Special Committee has added some substantial components to the law expected to boost the development of innovation and national research through the management of copyright.
Pertumbuhan ekonomi ini sudah pasti signifikan karena persoalannya material bakunya itu akan lebih dominan di Indonesia dan tenaga kerjanya pun juga mungkin bisa dikerjakan oleh tenaga kerja Indonesia. Jadi sudah pasti untuk mensejahterakan rakyat Indonesia.
Similar response made by another member of Special Committee on Copyright Bill, Sumanjaya. Sumanjaya says with the ratification of the Copyright Bill, it could give Indonesia a legal certainty in international scene. Sumanjaya also asserts that this law will give protection to domestic investors, universities, and research agencies in Indonesia.
Memberikan kepastian hukum bahwa kita sudah menjadi bagian integral dari dunia internasional ini di bidang paten. Dan dengan undang-undang disahkan, kita berharap memberikan kepastian pertama kepada inventor, yang kedua pemegang paten, sehingga bisa berdampak pada kesejahteraan rakyat gitu dari anak bangsa.
Oki Zulindra, Chris, and Nanda TVR Parliament report.
The Special Committee on the Revision of Counter-Terrorism Law hopes that there is a common understanding regarding the definition of de-radicalization in the revision of Law Number 15/2003 concerning the eradication of terrorist acts.
Head of the Special Committee on the Revision of Counter-Terrorism Law, Muhammad Shafi'i, regrets that there is no common understanding regarding the definition of de-radicalization. Muhammad Shafi'i explains that the absence of this term has resulted in common crime, later translated as terrorist act, thus creating restlessness in the society. Therefore, Shafi'i hopes that the discussion on the revision of counter-terrorism law could be more comprehensive. Shafi'i also expects the government to oversee the terrorism prevention moves that should be trusted to the civilians.
Kenapa ini bisa terjadi? Karena penetapan peristiwa itu teroris atau tidak, itu tidak berdasarkan undang-undang, tapi berdasarkan persepsi kepolisian saja. Jadi kalau polisi mau bilang teroris, ya itu teroris. Padahal nggak ada kriteria, belum ada definisi yang baku tentang apa yang disebut teroris.
In line with Shafi'i's view, member of the Special Committee on the Revision of Counter-Terrorism Law, Arsul Sani, highlights one of the articles in Law Number 15/2003 that has been revised regarding the Indonesian Army role in eradicating terrorism. According to Arsul Sani, the later revised Law Number 15/2003 will prioritize the legal approach over the warfare approach.
Ada perumusan yang komprehensif, yang detail, atau cukup dengan yang ada di dalam draft yang diajukan oleh pemerintah itu. TNI itu bukan penegak hukum, yang penegak hukum adalah Polri. Nah, karena itulah ini harus kita rumuskan dengan sebaik-baiknya. Tapi memang tidak mungkin menutup sama sekali TNI itu untuk tidak dilibatkan dalam penanganan terorisme.
Sanika Kristio and Nanda TVR Parliament report.
The House of Representatives assesses that architect is one of the professions without proper legal protections in Indonesia. Therefore, the House supports the government's plan to form an architect council expected to protect Indonesian architects, thus contributing to national growth and development.
Member of the Working Committee on Architects Bill, Sigit Sosiantomo, supports the government to immediately form Indonesia Architect Council. Later, the council is hoped to give proper protections to all Indonesian architects from the massive number of foreign architects in this global era. Sigit Sosiantomo also hopes the Indonesia Architect Council could come up with certification able to protect the architect profession in Indonesia so Indonesian architects can compete with foreign architects.
Dewan Arsitek ini adalah hal penting, hal krusial dari RUU Arsitek. Karena Dewan Arsiteklah yang akan membuat sertifikasi dan seterusnya. Pembinaan dilakukan oleh lembaga profesi, artinya Dewan Arsitek ini sangat krusial. Oleh karena itu kami tetap masih berharap pemerintah bisa menyetujui adanya Dewan Arsitek, ya.
Meanwhile, regarding the budget for this plan, Sigit asserts that the Indonesia Architect Council will not give an additional burden to the state's budget. Sigit says Indonesia Architect Council can raise funds from related agency and institutions that are involved in partnership projects so that the government should not worry about any additional budget required for Indonesia Architect Council.
Kehadiran Dewan Arsitek tidak akan membebani anggaran negara karena dia bisa menggali potensi anggaran dari lembaga-lembaga terkait, dari anggota, ya, yang semakin banyak dan sudah mengalami standarisasi. Saya kira tidak perlu dikhawatirkan keberadaan Dewan Arsitek itu akan membebani anggaran negara.
Siva Ridwan and Nanda TVR Parliament report.
In the last plenary session, the House has confirmed the appointment of Fake Vaccines Control Unit team consisting of 25 members of Commission 9 of the House. The Fake Vaccines Control Unit team will later focus on supervising the completion of the spread of fake vaccines case and to prevent the activity of mafia acts in Indonesia's health sector.
Member of Commission 9 of the House, Marwan Disopang, explains that the appointment and the forming of Fake Vaccines Control Unit team is one effective move taken by the Commission in its efforts to uprooting the distribution system of fake vaccines in the country. Therefore, Marwan Disopang demands the government to cooperate with the House of Representatives in forming regulation and policy regarding this matter to prevent similar case from recurring in the future.
Panja ini ingin memastikan, satu, bagi orang tua dan anaknya yang divaksin palsu harus mendapatkan penjelasan yang sempurna. Yang kedua, kita ingin dipastikan bagi pelanggar dan pemalsu dihukum sebagaimana mestinya.
On the other hand, member of Commission 10 of the House, Imam Suroso, pushes the government and the related institutions to be more proactive in handling fake vaccines case starting from district level to central level.
Pemerintah, Kementerian Kesehatan, Badan POM, kemudian dan Bio Farma itu harus proaktif. Kemudian pengedarannya baik dari pusat, daerah ke user pengguna, baik dokter, perawat bidan itu harus tertib. Kalau manajemen ini tidak tertib, rawan akan terjadi pemalsuan dan penipuan.
Abdul Ajib, Teguh, and Nanda TVR Parliament report.
Following the reshuffle of Working Cabinet Volume 2 in President Joko Widodo's administration, the House of Representatives is pushing the newly appointed ministers to immediately fix the government's performance and speed up national economic growth.
Chairman of Commission 8 of the House, Ali Taher, says the new cabinet is expected to give new spirit in performance improvement to accelerate the process of increasing welfare of the Indonesian people and national economic development. Ali Taher adds the newly appointed ministers must give their best performance and look up to the people's aspirations in order to prevent another cabinet recast and to run the government effectively.
Kalau terus-menerus lakukan perombakan setiap saat ini tidak sangat mengganggu kinerja. Karena apa? Nanti penataan lagi, kemudian pengulang lagi pejabat lagi, kemudian birokrasi terjadi strukturisasi lagi, kan nanti sangat memakan waktu, sehingga kapan kerjanya ini kan juga menjadi persoalan. Dan kita berharap bahwa kinerja untuk mencapai tingkat pertumbuhan ekonomi sekaligus pemerataan itu bisa tercapai dengan baik pada akhir tahun ini dan juga tahun-tahun mendatang.
Meanwhile, member of Commission 2 of the House, Ms. Bahun, states that the reshuffle of Working Cabinet Volume 2 reflects President Joko Widodo's attempts in fixing the country's problems, especially in economy and energy sectors. Ms. Bahun also hopes that the new ministers can give their best performance based on their expertise and experiences.
Ekonomi dan kemudian energi dan kemaritiman. Nah, inilah yang ingin dilakukan oleh Presiden. Semuanya adalah terkait dengan bidang ekonomi. Jadi apa yang dilakukan oleh Presiden itu adalah upaya untuk memperbaiki.
Meanwhile, Vice Chairman of Commission 2 of the House, Riza Patria, assesses that with the cabinet reshuffle made by the President, it's proven that the initial preparations of the current government was not ideal and did not meet the expectation. Thus, Riza Patria urges the new cabinet to immediately fix the government's performance, especially in economic sector.
Kami berharap bahwa reshuffle ini dapat meningkatkan kinerja pemerintah ya, khususnya di bidang ekonomi ya. Kita tahu terjadi perlambatan ekonomi yang luar biasa ya.
Hilman Hidayat, Denus and Nanda, TVR Parliament Report.
Regarding the death sentence given to some criminals, Commission 3 of the House asserts that every party involved must obey the law applied in Indonesia. This, according to the House, has become important to protect Indonesia's sovereignty and supremacy of law.
Member of Commission 3 of the House, Muhammad Shafi'i, says the death sentence has become a part of Indonesian's law and everyone in Indonesia is obligated to obey the rules and law applied in Indonesia for the sake of protecting Indonesia's sovereignty. Shafi'i further asserts that as far as the criteria needed for dropping the death penalty is not fulfilled, then nothing could or should intervene the death execution.
Kitab Undang-Undang Hukum Pidana itu kan ada hukuman pokok, ada hukuman tambahan. Di hukuman pokok itu semua fraksi sudah sepakat. Salah satu hukuman pokok itu adalah hukuman mati. Nah, tentu kalau kriteria terpenuhi untuk dijatuhi hukuman mati, kayaknya Komisi 3 nggak ada masalah.
Member of Commission 3 of the House, Arsul Sani, says even though the death convicts are allowed to do legal efforts in order to defend themselves according to the law applicable in Indonesia, but if all defense efforts have been done and there is no change in the sentence given by the court, then the execution must be carried out at all cost. Arsul Sani adds there is a possibility that Indonesia would remove death penalty, but it will not happen in the near future. According to Arsul Sani, the removal of death penalty needs time and long process and must go through thorough discussions between the government and the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia first.
Semua upaya hukum sudah dipergunakan, ya. Proses hukumnya juga tidak ada cacat-cacat yuridis, maka ya silakan dilaksanakan. Dan Komisi 3 dalam posisi yang mendorong pelaksanaan hukuman mati itu, ya.
Nur Fuad, Syamsul and Nanda, TVR Parliament Report.
That news report concludes this edition of English Parliamentary News. On behalf of all the crew members of TVR Parliament, I'm Iwan Ahmad Sudirman, would like to thank you very much for your kind attention, and we'll meet again in the next edition of English Parliamentary News. Bye now.